Mosley Football Live, presented by Mosley Touchdown Club, powered by PCB Hobby. I'm David Hayes, along with Robert Fleming and Kyle Wright, and this is the Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming pregame show. Guys, how are we doing tonight? It is homecoming for the Mosley Dolphins, and we are live from Tommy Oliver Stadium, and this is... might not be beautiful weather, but Robert, I'm sure you can attest to this. We've got some football weather tonight.
We do, man, and it's good to be here with you guys again. And I think nobody would have predicted this 6 months ago, where Mosley's coming in for a homecoming game. Typically, you want to schedule a team that may not be the best team on your schedule, and here we are facing Milton. They're 5-0. They're the number 2 team in FHSAA classifications in 5A, so they're number 2 in the state in Mosley and Milton's class, and number 18 overall in the state. So what a big-time game for Mosley's homecoming, and it's their first district game.
Yeah, first district game, homecoming, coming off of a 3-game road trip, so it's kind of homecoming in that sense as well. Kyle, how are you doing, and what are your thoughts here on the big homecoming game tonight?
Dude, first of all, what a just absolute incredible weekend in sports that this is going to be. You got the number 8 team in the nation on the ropes right now live, Florida State at Virginia. And just aside, for, fandom aside, it's just crazy. You've also got, there's a lot of teams vying for a playoff spot in Major League Baseball, but nothing bigger than being right here back at Tommy Oliver Stadium for the first time, and it feels like forever. It feels like the first time this season, really. But we're back home. My gas is happy. My wife's tires are happy. It's good to be back here, and I'm excited for this game because when you look at this, when you look at last year, Milton had a tough season, right? And you turn that what a turnaround, because when you're looking at the schedule when it first comes out, you're like, okay, homecoming against Milton, and then Milton has had an incredible season to this point. So this should be an absolute banger.
To your point, they were 0-10 last year. I don't know that I mentioned that. 0-10, now they're 5-0, new coaching staff, and looking really good.
Yeah, and they do have some players that were on that team last year that we talked about going into that game as we were on the road for it. Last year, we played them on a Monday, and Robert, you were calling that game with me. Set the table for us in this one. We mentioned 0-10. We've mentioned some highlights, but give us a broad scope view of this matchup tonight between the Mosley Dolphins and the visiting Milton Panthers.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about their offense first. So it begins and ends really with number 3, Caden Hall. He's committed to Florida to play safety. He's their safety on defense. And what the new coaching staff did was basically took their best athlete, their best player, and put him at quarterback. And so he plays quarterback as well. He's their leading rusher, and he's the perfect quarterback for this type of offense. It's a veer offense. I know you guys have probably heard Coach Whidden mention that. So they're run heavy. They probably pass 5-6 times a game.
Something I noticed in the prep work, yes.
Yeah, if that, and so it's pretty wild compared to J.P. Holzenbach on the other side and the Mosley Dolphins that like to throw the ball. And so it reminds me a little bit of Nebraska versus Florida in '95, where you have Tommy Frazier running the option versus Danny Werfel with Florida on the offensive side of the ball, kind of the fun and gun versus a ground and pound. And so, and I know we're about to have the colors coming up in the national anthem and that sort of thing, so we're going to need to pause. So just let me know when we need to do that. But so what I would expect is a lot of run from Milton and them trying to keep Mosley's offense off the field. That's their goal tonight. And so do we need to stop for a moment?
Yep. We'll stop for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Just under 10 minutes to go. Here we are at Tommy O. Mosley Dolphins hosting the Milton Panthers tonight for a big homecoming game. Can't wait for it, Robert. We kind of right in the middle there, the night. It kind of tends to be how the pregame show
That's right.
goes each week. But this is the Wyborski, Bradley, and Fleming pregame show. So finish setting the table there for us.
Yeah, so again, going back to the Milton offense, they run a veer, very run-heavy, and so you're going to see triple option components where the quarterback's going to fake the dive or give the dive depending on his read of the defensive tackle, the defensive end, or the linebacker, whoever is his read on that particular play. So Mosley's going to have to play very disciplined defensive ball, be very physical. So whoever's got the dive has got to take the dive every time. Whoever has the quarterback has got to play the quarterback every time. So he could fake it and the quarterback run out and run the option. And whoever has the pitch, be sure to take the pitch, man. You can't decide that you're going to try to play hero ball and try to take somebody else's man. So Mosley's got to be very disciplined, just do their job and hit the guy that they're supposed to hit. And because what Milton is wanting to do is they're wanting to have somebody jump the dive, quarterback pull it, go around the edge, and then Mosley's going to have a really rough time. And so Milton as a team is going to want to, like I said, run the ball, keep Mosley's offense off the field. Mosley's defense is going to have to, I think, first down is huge this game, because if Milton doesn't get any yardage on first and second down and Mosley forces them to throw the ball, that's the situation that Mosley wants to be in on defense. They don't want – what Milton wants to do is they have four downs to gain 10 yards. And so they're going to want to run, get 3, 4, 5 yards, and then bust a big play. And so I think it's going to be huge for Mosley to make big stops on first down. I think you're going to see a lot of base defense from Mosley, but also the defense that you guys might remember from Niceville and Fleming Island last year, where Cole Archambault, who was not a starter on the defensive line at the time, was brought in as an extra defensive lineman. So you're going to see Mormon in the box from Mosley on a more of a heavy defensive front at certain times, and it worked well against Niceville. It didn't work as well against Fleming Island. So we'll see how that goes, but I would expect Fletcher Taylor to probably be that guy that comes out and is on the edge to create an extra big player out there on defense. You're going to see a lot of Adam Land. You're going to see a lot of Jack Almond, who played well in Cole Archambaugh's place last night. Cole Archambaugh is back this week, so you're going to see a lot of him. So you're going to see a lot of guys rotating in. Chima has a big role to play tonight at nose. So it's going to be, to me, that's the big matchup that I want to see. Milton's offense versus Mosley's defense, because if Mosley's defense can hold Milton's offense down and keep giving the ball back to Mosley's offense, I don't think Milton can stay with Mosley on the offensive side of the ball. And so that's my hope, is that Mosley can get off the field on defense, give the ball back to Mosley's offense, and let Mosley's offense go score with its big-time players, J.P. Olsen back, Sammy Chisholm, Adam Land, Fletcher Taylor, Carson Griffin, those guys that have been so significant this year.
Yeah, so on to that, the defensive side of the ball, I mean, you've already pretty much covered everything that I can think of, but just talking about Caden Hall, Mosley has kind of struggled a little bit this year with dynamic quarterbacks, but those quarterbacks have also been guys that could get out of the pocket and put the ball downfield. Now, this is a completely different look. So you've already mentioned Fletcher Taylor, but who else, like on that defensive line or in that defensive front, could we see? I mean, Wyatt Fleming is a guy. Maybe you bring up Talon Moore to play a little spy. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think that Wyatt Fleming's one that we haven't mentioned that's got to have a big game tonight. He's the leading tackler on Mosley, and he's inside linebacker. Colbert, who's the other inside linebacker, has to have a big game. They've got to – I don't know the allocation of responsibilities, but typically I would imagine those guys are going to have dive responsibilities, and when you're playing veer, you've got to stop the dive. If they give the ball inside, those linebackers have got to make big plays. So those are going to be big guys. And I think the big thing as far as talent, he's had a couple of weeks in a row of interceptions. He's just such a dynamic safety back there. I think for him, I would expect Milton to perhaps try to hit a big play early, because if they can get ahead and then just run the ball and run out the clock, that's what the game that Milton wants to play. And Milton does have a good defense. They've won one game 3-0 this year, which is incredible. You don't see that a lot. So they're going to want to get ahead. they're going to want to be able to run the ball and play good defense. And so Wyatt Fleming and the defense and the other guys that we mentioned have got to make big plays on first and second down. And then when Milton is throwing the ball, guys like Talon Moore and the defensive backs, D. Gillis, and other guys have got to be disciplined enough that they're not looking into the backfield so much where guys run behind them, because that's when you see Milton make the few big plays that they've made in the passing game this year, is when there's a lot of action in the backfield. The defensive backs are looking in the backfield, and meanwhile the tight end is running down the seam past the safety. So they've got to just be very disciplined in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, you mentioned the low amount of passing plays that Milton has on the year. That would be, it would average out to 4 passes a game. 20 passes attempted this year. They do have those long passes that you play, which that you brought up there, which average out to be about 27.5 yards or so. They get a 28-yarder and only 2 touchdowns. So exactly, you got to kind of stay home, if you will, tonight. And stopping the run is going to be crucial. Which isn't that a welcoming feeling almost if you are the Mosley defense, where the kind of conversation has been more focused on the secondary, but up front they felt nice. So is this a test for the defensive front for the Mosley Dolphins? Not just in this is how you got to win this game, but let's see how good the front actually is.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point that you guys are bringing up, and one that I wanted to make is that typically you're going to see in football these days a spread offense that likes to throw the ball, get their guys in space, get their skill guys in space, throw it to them, and let them make a move and try to take it to the house. This is different, and so you don't see this type of defense or this type of offense very much. You see it with the academies at the college level. You see it at the high school level, but, you know, Mosley's defense has not seen this type of offense this year, and so preparing for a triple option type scheme, a veer type scheme in 1 week is very difficult. But yeah, I think that, you know, Mosley's had well-documented problems with the secondary and giving up big plays. This may be playing into Mosley's defensive strength, I believe. Now, I say that with a little bit of hesitancy. The Florida High game in the second half, Mosley gave up some runs there and kind of gave the game away. Fleming Island last year in the playoffs, they struggled against the run. But by and large, and Bay High game late in the game, whenever I think they got really tired on the last drive, they gave up some consistent runs. But otherwise, Mosley's been pretty good against the defense, and so that gives me hope that maybe that this is a good matchup for Mosley's defense, in that they're not playing a team that, while they have a quarterback that runs the ball well, moves well, which has given them trouble in the past, he doesn't throw the ball as well as like a Zay or Reed from Rutherford. So I don't know that they can exploit Mosley's defense in the same way that those teams did. And I think every week Mosley's defensive backfield has been improving this year, and so I'd expect that to continue. And so hopefully, I think if Mosley can get a few turnovers, if they can put some points on the board, that's going to put a lot of pressure early on Milton to get out of their offensive package that they're most comfortable with, which is run. In fact, I think if you will see, if Mosley wins the toss, that they're going to receive. See, so there you go, and they are indeed receiving, and the reason for that is
your teller over here.
Well, Coach Whidden, I imagine, if I was in his shoes, is going to want the ball, go down and score, and put pressure immediately on Milton.
And we'll see what happens after he scores, because there's normally a decision made on that first touchdown of the game as well. Kyle, any final question for Robert as we get ready to exit the Wilborski Bradley Fleming pregame show and get ready for the kickoff here?
No, I mean, I mean, you hit every point that I was going to make, so we're good. I mean, obviously we'll come out with the keys to the game there, but I'm hyped up. I'm amped. This seems like the kind of game that could go either way. Honestly.
Well, Robert, it's Wyatt's final homecoming here as a Mosley Dolphin football player. So We are live, and this is Mosley Football Live, presented by Mosley Touchdown Club, powered by PCB Hobby. We're going to be open tomorrow. Come check us out. I won't have the Alabama-Georgia game on the TV tomorrow because that game's not till 6:30. I'll be watching that with my brother and my dad. However, we will have some college football on. Come check us out at PCB Hobby. Big game tonight, Kyle. It is homecoming. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. This is Mosley Football Live. We've got a lot of sponsors to get to, all of that good stuff. But Kyle, your keys to the game as we approach kickoff.
First of all, like we said there in the pregame show, Dave, it is just so great to be back at Tommy Oliver Stadium tonight. Excited to see this game. Keys to the game. We're starting the game on offense. Usually you hear run to open up the pass, right? I think Milton has an incredible defensive front. So I think tonight Mosley might have to pass to open up the run. So let's get our playmakers involved on the outside. Let's see some Adam Land. Let's see some Carson Griffin. Get those guys involved early. And on defense, Robert said it best. You got to try to force them to throw.
All right, we are getting ready for the kickoff in the golfwithj.com first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Golfwithj.com. He focuses on the 4 key components: grip, posture, plane, and pivot. He's got 19 years of experience. Let's get ready for kickoff. Kicking off will be Boone Sanborn. Ball at the middle of the field at the 40, fielded by Holden, number 10. Makes a nice little nifty move and then is popped at the 25, but his progress, his forward momentum will take him across the 30-yard line.
Chance to establish some dominance early, just like we were talking about in the pregame show. Interesting to see how this Mosley offense is going to take the field here.
All right, again, thanks to all of our sponsors that make this happen: Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge, 1389, Reliant South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, Whitehead Plumbing, Dermatology Associates, Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme, Sonny's Barbecue, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, and Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming. J.P. Olsenbach, the quarterback, leads his team onto the field for their first drive of this homecoming Friday Night Light special. From the 31, Sammy Chisholm in the backfield bounces back and forth. They sling it out to Fletcher Taylor. Bit of a low pass. Did bring a first down. That first down was brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments. And it'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 45-yard line. 11 minutes left to play here at Tommy Oliver.
Play was kind of set up perfectly for him to go to the inside of the block. Ended up going to the outside because the ball carried him that way and gets upended and a little hobbled, but staying in the game.
2nd and 8. Fakes the give to Sammy Chisholm. Tosses it out there to Adam Land. Adam Land taken down on a good tackle by the Milton Panther defensive back. I believe that is Zion Hudson.
Jersey number nightmare out there right now.
Mosley with the white hats. Got the orange and green stripe going down the middle across each side. They've got the Mosley lettering in green and orange as well. White pants, orange stripe outlined in green. Milton comes in with the black hats and the gold logo. They almost jump off sides.
They may have,
and they might have, unless someone jumped. It does look like that'll be 5 extra yards on the Bite Me Custom Treats penalty, and it is encroachment.
I was going to say, I think we made some contact there. Good hard count, sets up 3rd and much more manageable.
Back to the jersey description. The black hats there for Milton. White jerseys, gold numbers. A little different there. Shiny gold numbers and black pants. Sammy Chisholm on the right leg of J.P. Olsenbach. He's got 2 wide receivers split out to each side. And this time, it'll back Mosley up 5 on the false start, brought to you by Bite Me Custom Treats.
Oh, right back where we were. And it bit him. It bit him all right. You had a 3rd and much more manageable. And, I mean, and now, 3rd down and 8 for Mosley is kind of, it might as well be 3rd and 3.
What is that supposed to mean?
That means got some chunk yard plays in the playbook.
Okay, I like it. Shout out to Sean Maddox, the offensive coordinator.
I was being optimist. An optimistic
An optimistic optimist with 9.5 left to play in the golfwithj.com first quarter. Same formation here. Sammy Chisholm to the left of JP. Jamarcus Halstead's in motion. They're going to throw it quick up to the air. Readjusting or trying to readjust was Fletcher Taylor. That ball will fall incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team, led by Talon Moore, heads to the field.
Yeah, Fletcher Taylor one-on-one right there. Unfortunately, not really able to step into that throw. Had some pressure right in his face and got clocked as he threw it. Good stand there by the Milton Panthers.
Talon Moore, the senior, on the punt. He's your free safety on the defensive side of the ball. Former quarterback as well for these Mosley Dolphins. Talon's going to take it, kind of scrambles out a little bit, then boots a line drive, and that'll take a favorable bounce, and still really favorable, and a nice little, like it's on a green, like Talon Moore has been to golfwithj.com. Lightning delay. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mosley Football Live. I'm going to show a little bit of love to all of our sponsors. Kyle's going to go ahead and toot up the FSU game so he can watch that. I'm not going to keep my guy over here in suspense watching his Noles down 14-0 to one of the better teams in the land in the Virginia Cavaliers.
It's 14-7 now.
14-7, okay. It is live updates here.
It is just the kind of thing that, like, I mean, you've probably heard me talking about it. I kind of, I don't want to say I saw it coming, but, like, when you have the cupcake, you have a bye week, then you have another cupcake, fresh off beating Alabama, it's easy to fall asleep, and you're probably, like, everyone's talking about College Game Day potentially being in Tallahassee next week. Well, it's easy to kind of forget about the team that's in front of you when everyone's talking about that. So hopefully Florida State just kind of got slapped in the mouth in the first quarter, and they're going to wake up a little bit.
Well, we are in the golfwithj.com first quarter. We'll thank all of our sponsors, and then we're going to take a break until we get back to some football action because it will be 30 minutes. And then what is that?
I think it's 30 from the last strike, yeah.
Yeah, 30 from the last strike, and then we'll get back underway. We've had benefit of it here from Mosley Football Live as well. So, yeah, lightning delay, not a rain delay. 9:03 left to go in the first quarter. This is all brought to you by Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge, 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, Whitehead Plumbing, Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme, C-38, Beth lets nothing in her way. How about a big happy birthday to QB1, Liam Mulvey. Nice. Bite Me happy Custom birthday. Treats. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Bite Me Custom Treats. Carla makes her treats talk. Kyle, do you know what they say?
Bite me.
Absolutely. Okay, check them out at their website, bitemecustomtreats.com, or just type in Bite Me Custom Treats at Facebook. They are your favorite roaming bakery, Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Matt Simmons, call him at 850-896-4156. He is looking for good help, and they specialize in the complete year-round lawn care of homes and businesses. Golfwithj.com. Hey, call him or go to the website, golfwithj.com. It's in the name. 770-584-3506. To all the single ladies, says Beyonce. Or email him directly at jhendley80@gmail.com. He focuses on the 4 key components: grip, posture, plane, and pivot, and he's got 19 years of experience. We are back live from Tommy Oliver Stadium, and I'm honestly, we had the lightning delay. We've been gone for about 30 minutes, and it looks like we're just going to jump straight back into the action. Changed. It was former Mosley Dolphin Randy Pittman getting into the end zone. Kyle, what are your thoughts here as we've got the Milton Panthers getting on the field? Now, Milton is doing some warm-ups here.
Okay, so we might wonder how long that's going to be.
Coach Whitten is talking with the umpire. It looks like he's going to have everybody line up at the 45-yard line, and they'll get a little quick warm ski-up, ski in here, 9:03. But, sorry, Kyle. I was just explaining what I was seeing there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I guess we'll figure this out here as we're getting ready for play to start back. I don't know how long.
FSU, Virginia. Talk about that.
We'll talk about FSU, Virginia. I mean, FSU's playing really bad football right now. I mean, they've okay, 5-minute warm-up. Okay. So, yeah, Florida State not playing good football, and when you don't play good football on the road in a conference game on a Friday night, it's usually not going to go good. So, I've been arguing back and forth with fellow Nola fans all week. If you're a Seminole fan, go check out my podcast. It's the Nola It All podcast. I've been arguing a lot this week with fellow Nola fans. I don't think this team is as good as advertised, and if you turn on ESPN right now while you're waiting on this 5-minute warm-up, you're going to see exactly that. This team is a little bit overhyped.
A little bit overhyped according to the Know It All. We shall see. Make sure to go check out that podcast anywhere that you subscribe to your podcast and give them a follow. It's always a good thing to see kind of who you're connecting with, who you're creating content for. That one's got its own niche, though. We know exactly who you're creating content for, and that is for the Florida State Seminoles. And my guy is dedicated because he did it all last year as well throughout a 2-10 season. Right here we've got a 0-0 ball game, Kyle. It is homecoming tonight, so we'll have the homecoming festivities at halftime. It almost feels somewhat like halftime as the sound of the Southland is making their way back here. But really excited for this game as it is a big-time matchup for and to make here is he plays on both sides of the ball. He's their free safety. He's their quarterback. What we know about this Milton team is they love to run the ball. They've played 5 games. They've thrown the ball 20 times, 4 times a game is what they average throwing the ball. They kind of lull you to sleep with a run and then try to pop a big one for a home run, swing for the fence type play.
Right.
And they'll normally get 30. So what is some let's revisit Kyle's keys to the game here before we get back to the golfwithjay.com first quarter.
Yeah, there's a little bit different of a first defensive drive than you're expecting. An absolutely incredible punt. You forget about it because it was like 45 minutes ago at this point, but as Randy Pittman just made another nice catch there in the Florida State game.
Let's go.
Mosley Dolphins, so I felt that was relevant to at least call out. Mosley had a good, they had a first down, and then they punted the ball deep. Great punt by Talon Moore. So Milton's first drive on offense is going to be inside their own 5-yard line. Going to be interesting to see how both teams approach it. But I think the key defensively for Mosley, Robert Fleming said it, I said it. When you play a team like this that likes to run the football the way they do, you got to try to make them pass, get them out of their comfort zone.
Yep, that is going to be the goal tonight. Quick look ahead here for Mosley as this is their first district game. They had the big win last week against Escambia. What was the final in that one? 45-21?
Yeah, something like that. 40, yeah. I don't think they scored 21, though.
45-14 maybe, somewhere around there. But now you got Milton this week. Then there's going to be a bye week next week. Then you have Niceville on the road. Looking forward to that one. That'll be on a Thursday, October 9th. Then we'll be at Gavlac on October 17th. Back to Friday night lights there. Then we'll wrap up the season with a couple of Thursday night games, both of them right here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Gulf Breeze, a district game. And then senior night this year will be October 30th. So not Halloween. Halloween is going to be a Friday this year. I think I'm going to dress up as Bugs Bunny to kind of make it a full circle Halloween life for me because I did it when I was a kid, 5 years old, you know, do it now as an adult without kids. Maybe this will be the last Halloween without kids.
You're wishing absolute nightmares onto yourself, which, hey, we're in spooky season, so why not? Why not haunt yourself?
Let's play some football. My goodness gracious. 15 seconds on the time. Or on the scoreboard there, signifying that it's time to get back to the golfwithjay.com first quarter.
Let's play some football, man. Golly, I'm ready.
First offensive possession coming up for the Milton Panthers. Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. And here come the Panthers.
Starting this drive at the 2-yard line after, once again, an incredible punt by Talon Moore.
From their 2-yard line, running backs on either side. Now a man in motion. Caden Hall's going to keep it. He slithers right up the middle. He'll be dropped, and he is wrapped up, dropped down soon, and that'll make it third and schmedium.
Schmedium. I like it. I mean, Mosley not falling for it so far. They seem like they're ready for it, but this is a big play because kind of open playbook on 3rd and medium when you're a team that runs that triple option.
Golfwithjay.com, first quarter action here, 0-0 after a 30-minute lightning delay. Mama Chima down there on the front row, got the cowbell in hand. Adam Land will have plenty of people cheering for him in the future with cowbells in their hands.
Get used to that sound, buddy.
Two backs to the right of the quarterback, Caden Hall. They are trying to push him to the perimeter.
Yes.
Demetrius Gillis comes in to make a good play alongside Wesley Price. And that'll bring up 4th and 7 or so, which will force the punt team to come on.
That was well done. Mosley was ready for that little bootleg to the outside.
And you saw Demetrius Gillis just run up and sit down. That's exactly what Coach wants right there. You just get in there and just watch his hips and don't fall for any sort of sudden movements.
Got a cameo in the booth here.
Mosley Football Live, presented by Mosley Touchdown Club, powered by PCB Hobby. A little bit of a high snap. A upward spiral bounces at the 28 and will be left alone by Talon Moore, and it will come to rest at the 46. And that is where the Mosley offense will come on for their second drive of the contest.
Mosley offense kind of getting a reset here, kind of getting the ball exactly where they punted it from on that last possession. Once again, it was like an hour ago, so it's easy to forget.
This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We'll be right back with the Mosley Drive. .646 left to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter from the 44-yard line. Henson in motion. They're going to give it to Sammy Chisholm. He bounces outside to share the elevator with his parents.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't know if that is for true or not, but Jernigan was on the back of the jersey. So great stuff there from the Mosley faithful here on a homecoming night. Tommy Oliver Stadium from the Don Heaton press box. It's the golfwithjay.com first quarter, and the Wild Dolphin formation is in play. Sammy Chisholm, like lightning, right up the middle, spun down across the 30-yard line for a first down, brought to you by Mr. Eddie's Barbershop.
That Wild Dolphin, it goes with you.
First down actually brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments. Forgive me as we change them up on the road and at the house. J.P. Holstenbeck in an empty backfield. Coach Tommy Joe Whitten at the 37-yard line has his arms stretched out for saying, hold on, hold on, hold on. Sean Maddox barks orders. J.P. Holstenbeck's going to throw a high ball over there looking for Fletcher Taylor, but that will fall incomplete.
That dangerous pass. I mean, he put it in a good spot, though. Kind of want Fletcher Taylor to come down with that thing, but still a dangerous pass.
Touchdowns brought to you by Beach House Sales and Development. Penalties, Bite Me Custom Treats, water breaks by Countryside Lawn Care. We had a long water break earlier, but not because of the rain, but because of the lightning. Kickoffs
turnovers rather by Mr. Eddie's tonight, and timeouts by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. Sammy Chisholm bounces to the left, bounces back, but they find Fletcher Taylor on a little bit of a screen, puts the shoulder down, runs a man down, and will get across the 25 to make it 3rd and 5.
Fletch able to bring that one in. Nice play design. You imagine Mosley's probably going to use all 4 downs.
You know, we talked about Christian Thomas, naming him the Reliant South Construction Player of the Game. Senior, is just so hard for him to find a bunch of playing time with the tight end room looking like Fletcher Taylor and Adam Land. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top of your screen. Sammy Chisholm to the right of Jay, near the doorstep to about the 2-yard line, and that will make it 2nd and goal.
Jumbo set coming in here. Looks like we're going to get a little wild dolphin, which once again we've seen that translate from Mosley to the college football level.
Big Chima Joseph Chima on, Wyatt Fleming, the middle linebacker on. Sammy Chisholm stands alone in the backfield as the quarterback. He's going to fake to the right and then right up the gut. He'll get near the goal line into the end zone for a Beach House Sales and Development touchdown.
That thing might be a little hot.
Perfect timing on the Dolphin noise there, Kyle. Sammy Chisholm into the end zone for another one, having a great junior year as the running back for the Dolphins, and that will bring on Maverick Wright. Couldn't tell if that was 90. I could not tell if the golden toe was on or not. The kick is high. It is up, and It is no good. It is wide right, and that'll be the 2nd missed extra point attempt of the season by the golden toe of Maverick Wright. This is Mosley Football Live. It is 6-0 in the golfwithjay.com first quarter, powered by PCB Hobby. We'll be right back. We're back at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Kyle Wright, David Hayes, live from the Don Heaton press box, and on the Joe and Jeanette Chapman field, Maverick Wright sets up to kick the ball off to the Milton Panthers. And that is a line drive kick, which will go into the end zone for another touchback off the toe of Maverick Wright.
Took a little frustration out on that one. Going to be interesting to see here. Now, this is an actual first drive defensively for Mosley. Obviously, they had him pinned pretty deep right there. Playbook not really super open for Milton on that first possession. So, going to be interesting to see here. We'll get a real true look at how this offense likes to operate.
We haven't seen Milton, just going off of the numbers, but I don't know if it opens up that
well.
I don't know how much more wide
you're
it opens
playing
up.
a little more loose when you don't have your back to the
100%.
That's really 100%.
100%. Just think that we're going to get a little dosage of the same play calls here as 2 backs are in an I formation to the right of the quarterback. They bounce to the left, and having that extra room looks to help tremendously right there. Caden Hall to the running back.
Yeah, found a little crease in the middle.
They've got a 3-headed monster at running back. Behind Caden Hall, the quarterback, they have Antonio Middleton, Kyle Paul, and Aiden Spratt. 3 seniors.
Love to spread it out.
Antonio Middleton is number 0, Kyle Paul number 2, and Aiden Spratt number 15. They're going to run to the left side, and that is going to be stopped before it gets going. Still a nice kind of productive gain on first down to make it 2nd and 7 or so.
Able to keep the legs churning and fall forward. I think he may have picked up 4 or 5 at the end of it, depending on where they mark forward progress.
Under 3.5 here to go in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. Are you tired of slicing your drives? This lineup and the quarters brought to you by golfwithjay.com, where he'll teach you to hit the fairways and not the sidelines. And the lineup for the Dolphins up front, we'll try to get to it, but we move so fast here at high school football. It is tough at times. They're going to run it right up the gut with the fullback there, and he'll gain a couple before going down. It'll make it 3rd and short. The Panthers need to get across the 40 for a first down.
Robert Fleming talked about assignments there in the pregame show. Like, everybody's got a guy when you're running that, when you're playing defense against that triple option. A big stop. It was a tackle for loss. So it kind of takes away that opportunity for Milton to at least think about going for that on 4th down.
Talon Moore, the free safety, is going to be returning the punt. He'll stand at his own 30-yard line and still retreating backwards to where he ends up at his 26-yard line.
I keep my eyes open here.
Yes, Milton does look. The punter was standing at the original line of scrimmage, which is a 30-yard line. Now a man in motion. He's going to roll out. He will boot it. It bounces at the 35. Talon makes a good defensive play to keep it, or to make a good shortstop defensive play is what I meant there, grabbing it off the hop, and the Dolphins will take over just across their own 30-yard line with 1:23 left to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. 6-0 is your score.
Want to see him spread the ball out. Keep doing what you're doing. Get the ball to the outside, even if it doesn't work. You want to spread out that defense, because once again, they've got guys in the front that can make some plays. You want to spread them out so you can open up those running lanes for Sammy Chisholm. The opposite idea of what you would usually think in football.
3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Sammy Chisholm on the right leg of J.P. Hulsenbach. J.P. rolls out to the right. He's looking for Fletcher Taylor. Fletcher Taylor makes a good grab, puts his shoulders down, and will go out of bounds shy of the first down, but an 8 or 9 yard gain on first down to bring up second.
Good block by Adam Land. Fletcher Taylor ends up running into Adam Land. Probably cost him the first down.
And they're moving fast here. 2nd down, 2 wide receivers on the bottom of your screen. Sammy Chisholm's going to get the grab. He's going to lose a yard or 2 to split the sticks and make it 3rd and 5.
Milton was ready for that.
3rd and 5, Mosley offense. Instead of huddling up, they're all going to look over at the sideline towards Coach Tommy Joe Whidden and Sean Maddox standing at their 30-yard line. Under a minute left to play in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen on the 40-yard line. JP fakes to Gibbs, going to swing it out to Holden. It was a low pass, wasn't able to get underneath it and bring that ball up from hitting the grass. It falls incomplete and will make it 4th and 5, but the offense stays out there.
I mean, you had to at least think about it, right? And your defense is playing good so far. You feel like you kind of cost yourself an opportunity at the first down there.
Split wide receivers here.
You may at least try to draw them off sides, which I think that was the idea.
We will get a timeout. That timeout brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Almost attempts to touch it, and it will roll inside the 10 for another beautiful punt by the senior Talon Moore. 2 of them inside the 10-yard line tonight.
Great work. He kind of kicks that ball low, lets it spin, hits the ground, and I mean, if you're the returner, you got a decision to make, and it's probably safer to let that thing bounce, because I mean, you let that thing come to you and it bounces off your chest. If you can't make that shortstop play that we saw Talon Moore make earlier, then you're going to give Mosley excellent field position.
I'm sure we have a lot of people tuned in tonight that are also switching back and forth, trying to keep up with the FSU score. So keep people updated as we go along through the night. Caden Hall is going to hand it off to the fullback, and he is still pummeling his way to the 15-yard line, bringing up 2nd down.
Good run there, good strong run, putting the shoulder down. Clocking into some Mosley Dolphins defenders and finding his way to get half of it.
Counting down here in the golfwithjay.com first quarter. I think that will take us to the end, and we'll flip sides of the field. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Back on the field for second quarter action. The first quarter brought to you by golfwithj.com. Make sure to go check out the website and sign up for lessons. And then we're on to the second quarter brought to you by Price & Sons Fencing. Their fences stand the test of times. Flipping sides of the field to start the second quarter action, and we'll get to the 20-yard line. That first down brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments. And your score here in the first quarter is Mosley 6, Milton 0.
It's kind of interesting to watch how they snap the ball. Like kind of all three of the potential runners go to the ball, and it's got to be hard to figure out who's going to get it. That's why those assignments are so important to remember.
11:40, 6-0 from the 20-yard line. Split wide receivers on either side of the offensive line. Two running backs in the backfield, and he is going to be bottled up and still fights his way to the 25-yard line. That was a great run by Antonio Middleton.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely strong. Yeah, once again, could have easily lost a yard or two. Ends up keeping the legs going, falling forward, picking up 5 yards, getting half of it on first down, which going back to what Robert Fleming said in the pregame, once again, first down, most important down in this game for the Mosley defense.
Huddled up behind their 20-yard line. They break the huddle to the 25-yard line. Second and about 6. Under 11 minutes left to play in the Price & Sons Fencing second quarter. They're going to roll it out. Option pitch to the running back. Antonio Middleton is met by Wyatt Fleming, and he'll gain a yard, but it'll bring up third and medium.
Wyatt Fleming, just you can't measure some of the stuff that he's able to do, man. Obviously, we talked about it. Lead tackler for this team, and half the stuff he does, Dave, doesn't even show up in the box score. And he's the kind of guy that's going to have a big game tonight for Mosley to continue to stop this running offense.
Third and 5. 10 minutes to play here. Slow tempo offense from Milton. They're going to run it right up the gut. Caden Hall actually keeps it. He'll have enough for the first down, but back there at the 20-yard line, there was a penalty flag that flew. And that is brought to you by Bite Me Custom Treats in the area of holding. Illegal motion.
I kind of like the call. I think they got the one of the running backs here kind of starting to move forward as the ball was snapped.
So that backs them up to near the original line of scrimmage, Kyle. It'll make it 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line in their own territory.
This is what I want to see. 3rd and long, how does Milton handle this? And it's got to be even tougher for the Mosley defense because you got to be ready for everything. You got to just kind of trust your corners one-on-one here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that there's, 4 times on average that they throw a game. I don't know if it's 3rd and 9. I think that they would use their throwing packages in short yardage situations, because here's my thing. If we're a running team and we get to the 26-yard line, now I'd rather run the ball. On 3rd down, I feel like if we know we're a running team, that's still 2 running downs.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know?
I guess it depends on field position, really.
Oh, 100% field position.
Right there, you kind of feel like it's maybe a passing situation inside your own territory, but Mosley was ready for it at the end of it all.
4th and 4, the punt team is on. They tighten up, and that punt will be high, end over end, bouncing at the 40-yard line, straight up into the air and out of bounds. And that is where the Dolphins will take over for, I believe, their 3rd offensive drive of the evening. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Back in a jiff. All right, we have just been told that there is some issues going on with the internet. Not entirely sure everything, as it was a very brief exchange there, but we are working on it. It's out of our control, not just us as the broadcasters, but us here at Tommy Oliver. It's out of our control. It's something bigger with our network as Adam Land makes a grab with the orange cleats and the orange gloves and will be dropped at the line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10.
Kind of just another one of those plays. I think it's designed maybe for Adam Land to be able to catch the ball and go to the outside of that block. Unfortunately, the ball kind of carried him to the inside and ran right into a guy. It's been a nasty day weather-wise. Probably some signal issues here in town. I know I've been struggling to
watch the game up
breaks,
here.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a 21-21 ball game. FSU and Virginia. Jamarcus Halstead in motion. JP's going to sling it out to him after doing a little 360. Halstead's got room.
That.
He's on the outside. He's to the 30. He'll go out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Nope, they're still moving forward. They'll have him out.
I like the nifty play design
31.
right there. Little fake handoff, and still ends up going to him after a little spin-a-rooney action. Jamarcus Halstead finds the outside. Nice block picked up there.
I really do like that. If you're a team and you're starting to watch this Mosley team on film, the multiple different options and the different looks JP can give you just with that slight little spin move can throw you off and not give you a tell. And that was awesome as well. JP climbs the pocket, throws it up, readjustment made by Adam Land. And the nice celly down there by the trio of, I think, Grayson Malden, Maverick Wright, and the holder as well.
Slacking a little bit. I was a little angry because Florida State just missed a field goal.
Beach House tells the development there on the touchdown. Now your score is 13 Mosley, Milton 0. I love that play, though. The fake give by Sammy Chisholm. He runs around the quarterback, kind of showing like a type of screen out of the backfield. And then you have J.P. Holstenbeck. When you go back and watch this on the tape, you got J.P. Holstenbeck who's climbing the ladder at a perfect rate right there and then throws it up. And then you have Adam Land on the outside who makes that readjustment, doesn't get too far ahead, and is able to beat the defender on the inside and land into the end zone after a nice hustle play there as well.
Yeah.
So great touchdown.
Absolutely. Love it. Love everything about it. He had some pressure on him too, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you go back and watch that, you're going to see the guy on the left edge was right there on him and released that ball right on time as we've got a 13-0 ball game with 8:15 remaining in the second quarter. That's brought to you by Price & Sons Fencing. This season, we're building a dynasty 1 yard at a time. Ball teed up at the middle of the field on the 40-yard line. Maverick Wright drills it per usual. Will be fielded at the 11-yard line, but we've got a flag at the 41-yard line. Bite Me Custom Treats. They're with us. We're sorry about it. It's kind of out of our control at this point, not just me and Kyle as the voices here, but our connectivity issues. Maverick Wright from the 35-yard line. That one is spinning and will be fielded at the 10-yard line from the right to the left, and he is busted at the 25-yard line by Fletcher Taylor.
Ends up getting back to the 25, so a pretty solid return, but man, he ran into an absolute brick wall. Big Fletch.
Wait, was that Fletch?
I think so, yeah. Number 0 right there, coming off the field.
Okay, because it almost looked like a little bit of a wrinkle in it. I was like, oh, is that Sean Williams? But no, Fletcher Taylor on the tackle there. Sit down next to Sammy Chisholm on the bench. Here comes the Panthers offense led by the senior Caden Hall. Committed to the Florida Gators. They've got 2 wide receivers out there. Caden Hall's going to stretch it out there to number 1, and number 1 is going to make a move to the outside. That is David Aboye, and he'll be brought down after a nice gain on first down.
Talked about how Milton came off an absolute disastrous season last year. We talked about it, 0-10. This year they get a new coaching staff. Caden Hall going to have to get used to playing for a new coaching staff if he's going to play for the University of Florida.
Second down and about 6 to go. 2 wide receivers this time on the left of Caden Hall. Caden Hall, the ball is in the backfield. Oh, wait, that's not the ball. That's a cleat. That thing was spinning around. I was like, wait, what is everyone doing? Go get the ball. That's a shoe. That's a shoe.
Good play fake. The ball's just there for someone to pick up. No, I mean, Mosley was ready for it, and here we are again, third down. Huge third down. Third and schmedium, as we like to say.
Time counting down here in the second quarter. Brought to you by Price and Sons Fencing. Call them at 850-276-0141. Price and Sons Fencing, where we don't just build fences, we build defenses. Oh, it's one of those throws, and they make a nice positive gain there to pick up a Grand Slam Sports Tournament. Nice little out route there to the tight end, and it'll pay off.
Great play call, great pass. Mosley was not ready for it.
Time sauntering down to 6.5 minutes in the second quarter. 13-0 is your score. Homecoming game for the Mosley Dolphins. 4-1 to this point of the season. First district game taking on the undefeated Milton Panthers. 2 backs right behind their quarterback, Caden Hall. Caden Hall's going to keep it. He's to the outside. He's got to pick a direction to go, and he'll try to run a man over and will be successful in the sense of gaining yards, but the tackle is still made by the defender.
Just little, chunk yard, not really chunk yardage, but you get yardage in chunks, right? It's all positive plays. That's how you run a good offense. They try not to, you don't want to go backwards. You just want to go forward. You don't have to get 15 on every play. You can get 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 4 here. Just nickel and dime to death.
2 backs again right behind the quarterback. This time they go to the left. He puts it into the gut of the fullback. The fullback just puts the whole team on his back, and he'll get across the 50 into Dolphins territory for another Grand Slam Sports Tournament first down.
It's interesting to watch because it almost looks like the play is broken right there. And you start to wonder if it was designed to be that way.
All right, we do have a timeout on the field. I believe that is going to be an official water break. That water break is provided by Countryside Lawn Care. Give Matt Simmons a call, 850-896-4156, if you'd like your lawn looking as good as it possibly could. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Back here at Tommy Oliver for Mosley Dolphins homecoming. They lead the Milton Panthers 13-0. The Panthers on their best offensive drive of the evening right now. 1st and 10 from the Mosley 48. Ball in the middle of the field. 2 wide receivers to the left. They're going to give it to the running back, and he is dropped in the backfield by number 5 for the Mosley Dolphins. That's Kane Colbert, who's been a active lot more fun here for the Milton Panthers.
Probably makes it 4 down territory, truthfully. I mean, it may have already been, but you definitely have 2 play calls right here.
3rd and 3 for this great rushing offense that the Panthers bring to the table. 4.5 left to go before we hit the half.
Not an opportunity Milton does to kind of get right back in this game and also not leave Mosley a lot of time to score before the half.
First district game of the season. Niceville's been struggling in some, I don't know if they've played any district games, but there has been a few losses along the way as 2 running backs are right behind the quarterback, Caden Hall. And they are going to give it right up the gut. They'll get near the yard line that they needed to gain. Depending on the spot, it'll bring up 4th and very short here. 4th and short. And this is where the big...
Does that change their mind?
It doesn't look like it, as the entire offense is still standing out there. And Oh, 4th and 6, though. It is going to be a lot to get on the ground when we're talking about their average has kind of been 3 to 4 yards. But if you feel like you can get to the perimeter,
they're going to think about it.
We do have the first charge timeout by the Milton Panthers, and that is brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. You're listening and watching Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. From the 45-yard line, it is 4th and about 6 here.
Look for that pass again.
13-0. Caden Hall is going to give it to – oh, they got me tricked back here. They've got enough for the first down there across the 30.
They're gonna get him on a hold.
He has got to the 10, the 5, into the end zone. I don't see a flag. I do see a flag at the 31-yard line. Coach Tommy Joe Whitten is animated as well. He doesn't even care about the flag. He is going straight to Adam Land. I believe they had a quick conversation. Not entirely sure what the situation was.
He was the one that was held.
But the flag does fly. Maybe he was just saying, I know you got held there.
He wants his team to make a play, and that's what a great coach does.
We await the call from the official. And that will make that 4th down a whole lot tougher. If it's from the spot.
It is 10 from the spot, so it's going to be 4th and shorter than it was.
So about 4th and 4. The ball's set up at the 41-yard line, on the near side of the field, and they need to get it to about the 38. So about 3 yards.
It is a long 3.
It is a long 3. That play right there just absolutely tricked me on the wide receiver around. And here we go. 4th down again from the 41. 2 running backs on either side of the quarterback. Quarterback power to the right side. And it's going to be close.
It is close.
It's going to be close.
I think Chris got it.
Chris Golden is jumping up and down, signifying that it's Mosley's ball. From my vantage point, I say first down. White hat says first down.
Man, kind of right there on it. And
I mean, the spot could be favorable. All I'm saying is that we said they had to get it to the 38, and you can see, I'm not sure what your visual looks like on YouTube, but that ball is about a nose ahead of the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and he fell forward. You know, I thought he got it.
First down brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments. Milton back to the line. Tommy Joe Whitten is screaming something to the official. They're going to toss it out to the right. Mosley defense hot in pursuit. And Demetrius Gillis with a big TFL.
Was not fooled. Great play by Demetrius Gillis, because you got to wrap that guy up too, by the way, because if you don't make that initial tackle, you might get an opportunity to set some blocks.
Big team comes off of the field. Milton Panthers huddled on their side of the field behind the 50. Break the huddle, making their way back to the field. Underneath 2 minutes left to play in the Price & Sons fencing second quarter.
Florida State down 28-21, by the way.
Caden Hall is going to keep it after the fake give, and he will battle back towards the original line of scrimmage and will fall forward to gain a yard and bring up 3rd and about 14.
All right, if you're Mosley, you got a chance to take control of this football game right here. If you're Milton, you don't want to panic. Minute and a half, this thing's kind of winding down. The one thing you probably don't want to do is give Mosley the ball back.
Yeah, you don't want to give Mosley an opportunity to go up 3 possessions here. And if you're Milton, cutting this in half
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Would be huge. I think you've got 2 victories. Not letting Mosley score is a victory again, but also if you can cut this in half, then you're going into the locker room with momentum. They're going to run to the left side of the field. Caden Hall's going to go down at the 40-yard line, and that'll bring up a long decision here for him on 4th down. 4th and about 12.
I do believe Tommy Joe used the timeout.
That timeout by Mosley brought to you by Dermatology, Associates Skin and Cancer Center. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. You're tuned into Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Back here for 4th and 12, and
they're going for this.
Yeah, the Milton offense is out on the field. 4th and 12 from the 40-yard line. Need to get it to the 28 of the Dolphins. Caden Hall drops back. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to throw it up on the right side of the field, going up to make a grab.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible call.
Kyle, I hate to say this, but I disagree.
I mean, the ball's underthrown.
I disagree, but at the last second, I see a little bit of hand-to-hand, which you can make the argument. I'm a let-them-play guy. I'm just saying that it's not like there was absolutely nothing there. Now, I could be wrong, and we have the benefit of going back and watching the YouTube.
It just seemed uncatchable to me.
Well, he almost ended up going and making a play, and he was slowed down, so I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like it. But regardless, you got to make a play.
From the 25, they get a fresh set of downs. That first down brought to you by Backfield, making that an illegal formation. 39 seconds show on the game clock. 13-0, the Mosley Dolphins leading the Milton Panthers here for homecoming at Tommy Oliver Stadium. And Kyle, one thing that we've got back with us this week is going off right now, the sound of the Southland.
So good to hear, man. You never realize how much you miss them until you're sitting in the stands and you're calling a football game and there's nothing really in the background.
2nd and 14 from the 30-yard line. Milton Panthers. Caden Hall again drops back. He's going to find
play. So
Coach Tommy Joe Whitten encouraging the crowd to get on their feet. And they are going to run it to the right side. Caden Hall works his way to the end zone, and that is a touchdown by the Milton Panthers, showing a lot of perseverance on that drive to make it 13-6 with 23 seconds left to play in the Price and Sons Fencing second quarter.
Just a great play design. You get a little bit of help on the pass interference penalty, and you take advantage of it. That's what good teams do. You take advantage of your opponent's mistake.
And the snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And it is 13-7 as we approach the half. 23 seconds here on the game clock. I'm David Hazel and Kyle Wright. This is Mosley Football Live, presented by Mosley Touchdown Club, powered by PCB Hobby. We are live back at Tommy Oliver Stadium where the lead has been cut in half by the Milton Panthers. They're getting ready to kick the ball off to the Mosley Dolphins.
Randy Pittman just had a passing touchdown.
Man, so he's, a receiving touchdown away from a trifecta?
Yeah,
tonight?
little hat trick action.
Let's go, Randy Pittman, back into the scheme of things and just having a great night. Milton's got the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of an onside attempt here, Kyle, as the kicker sashays up to the ball, and it will be a deep kick. And Holden Henson there. Holden, rather.
It feels like it rolls off the tongue better, but I think that's because that's what we got trained on looking at our rosters in the preseason.
Henson Holden on the attempt there, but that ball was in the end zone, so it'll make it a touchback, and we've got 23 seconds. Oh, the touchdown was provided by Beach House Sales and Development. Happy birthday to the young Liam Mulvey. Beth Mulvey there with Beach House Sales and Development, the Gulf's premier real estate group.
I know that they're a beach family, man, but we're going to have to talk to Liam and Ryan and Beth here in a few years and see if we can get them in green and orange.
Let's just take it day by day, and let the youth play the sport where they want to play the sport.
Kid's a stud.
No doubt about that. Had the opportunity to coach him in flag football alongside of his dad, Ryan Mulvey. And we also had the opportunity to take a quick time out, let you guys hear the bands and all of the halftime festivities. Halftime at the house should be a little bit more soundlier for you guys during the halftime, during the half here. But thanks again to all of our sponsors. Welcome back to Tommy Oliver Stadium, live from the Don Heaton Press Box. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. We've got a 13-7 ball game as we approach the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. Teed up at the 40-yard line, Kyle. What's been hot? What's been cold for the Mosley Dolphins?
I feel like since we started this segment, there hasn't really been a whole lot cold. I will say execution on the offensive side of things. I think they've had a couple opportunities kind of slip away. So we'll say that's cold. And what's hot? The defense has been up to the task so far on a very unique offense, and they're going to open the game here. Or open the second half on defense, I should say. Excuse me.
Here we go, 13-7. Maverick Wright kicks somewhat of a knuckleball, and that will bounce into the end zone for yet another touchback. So to start off the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter, the Dolphins lead 13-7, and their defense is headed towards the field. KL Skaggs Heating and Air. Call Chris at 850-238-5414. No job too big or too small. Thanks to all of our sponsors. PCB Hobby, I'll be there tomorrow from 10 to 6. Come check us out. We sell fun. We've got coins, comics, sports cards, TCGs. We are in store out there at 11939 Back Beach next to Florida Linens. But you can also catch us on eBay Live. I personally stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sports cards from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. As Caden Hall is going to keep it, and on the keeper makes a man miss, and a last effort tackle there by number 21. I think that's Demetrius Gillis, who's actually had a great night tonight. It feels like it's been a night after the lightning delay, no doubt. But yeah, great night for Demetrius Gillis, and that is a first down brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments.
Great play there by Caden Hall. Found a seam, kind of just ran up the middle. We're showing some love up here in the booth to each other. It's always just a great time when we're up here together.
Sharing the rosters. Two backs on either side of the quarterback, and he's going to put it into the gut of Aiden Pratt. Aiden Pratt is going to gain about 3 on first down.
Demetrius Gillis, like you said, having an absolutely incredible game. Has made some really big tackles. You'll probably look at the box score after the game and be like, okay, well, he had 4 tackles, but it's kind of like the magnitude of those tackles has been
They've been huge.
Incredible, yeah.
Maybe some backs over there in Virginia, defensive backs in Virginia. You'd like to see some more tackling out of them tonight as the Cavaliers are on top of the Noles 35-28.
35-28.
Wow, the over has probably already hit. Here we go, 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. They're going to give it to Antonio Middleton, and he will get across the 50 into Mosley territory for another Grand Slam Sports Tournament's first down.
There is a local chef here named Antonio Middleton who's just an absolute dog. There's kind of a free shout-out for you right there. Get you a box.
I was about to say, it should be a place maybe you should go get you a box from one time.
Absolutely incredible food over there.
From the 49-yard line into Mosley territory, 2 wide receivers at the top of your device or your screen. 2 running backs in the backfield behind the quarterback, Caden Hall. Caden Hall's going to put it into the gut of Aiden Pratt. Again, Aiden is going to barrel his way towards the 45-yard line. Will be stopped just shy of that to bring up second and about 6.
Caden Hall jogging to the sideline to get a play call, it looks like, from his coach. A little bit of
well, that's a long way to go for the corner to go all the way over there. Maybe they get 2 or 3 play calls at a time. 2nd and 6 here. Ball on the near side of the field at the 45-yard line. In between the 45 and the 46. 2 wide receivers up top, and they are going to give it to Antonio Middleton, and Middleton is wrapped up after a short gain. That'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
Mosley's not letting those the guys that they're lining up out wide, the receivers, they're not letting them stand out there alone and unmatched. I mean, they're making sure that they keep an eye on them, not letting anything slip behind them. Like to see it as well. Big team's going to kind of limp off here.
Ooh, and he has been dealing with that ankle this year as well. From the 43-yard line, they need to get it to the 39-yard line of the Mosley Dolphins. 9 to play here in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. Quarterback Caden Hall has 2 running backs behind him. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen, giving it to Antonio Middleton. He'll be stopped before the 40-yard line at the 41s, where he'll come to rest, and it'll bring up a big 4th and 2.
This is a big-time play to shift momentum either way in this game. Look like we got an untied shoe at about the...
Hey, that talk about teamwork. Teamwork makes the absolute dream work. That is the quarterback, I believe. No, the quarterback was over there getting a play. I didn't get a number on who was getting their shoe tied, but great sportsmanship. That is what we love to see. Here we go. Mano a mano. Timo a Timo. And Aiden Pratt motions up, and it does look like they'll get a little bit of an illegal timeout.
Okay.
The timeout is brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. At Tommy Oliver Stadium, where Mosley is hosting Milton for their homecoming game. Milton in a big 4th and 2 right here. Headed from the left of your screen towards the right. Caden Hall has Aiden Pratt to his right, and he's in the backfield. He's trying to juke towards the line to gain. It's going to be so close, Kyle. It depends on the spot.
I don't think he got it, and I think that Mosley agrees. But the important thing is, do the zebra stripes agree? And
39 was where they needed to get.
You got 2 line judges standing on different yard lines here.
I'm seeing them both in between the 39 and the 40. The decision.
No signal still.
Chains are going to have to come out, Kyle. The chains are going to have to come out. Wesley Price points.
We got an injured Dolphin down about the 47-yard line.
We have a timeout for measurement.
Ooh, who do we have over there? Here's lowered. Check out Mr. Eddie's Barbershop. 2 great locations. One here in town off of Lisenby Avenue, getting close to 390 right there on the left-hand side of Lisenby. And then one out there on the beach side, past 79, around the Conservation Park. Mr. Eddie's Barbershop, cash or checks only. Sammy Chisholm bounces to the left, reverts back to the right, takes the handoff, and will be taken down after a positive gain on first down. 7:40 left to play here in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. Kyle, what's our update on Florida State and Virginia?
Not good.
Not good is the update. 2nd and 7 here to play, or 2nd and 7 in the third quarter. JP Holzenbach's got Sammy Chisholm to his left. Adam Land now in motion, and they're going to find Sammy Chisholm. Adam Land with the lead block. Sammy Chisholm finds some real estate. He'll get out of bounds across the 50-yard line, picking up a Grand Slam Sports Tournament first down.
Great job there by Sammy to hit that outside crease. And once he gets a little bit of space, it's going to be you're playing a lot of catch-up, and that's tough to do with Sammy Chisholm. Guy that's not typically throwing passes, throws one, underthrows them. Jamarcus Halstead comes back to get the ball, cuts back and finds a lot of room, and this ball is going to go right into the end zone.
Sammy and almost gets into the end zone. Sammy Chisholm cleaning it up.
And going to get a little personal foul tacked onto it. They'll enforce it on the kickoff. Mosley up to the task tonight, David.
Yes.
So far, I mean, a lot of football left to be played.
19-7 pending the Golden Toes. Extra point, snaps good, kicks good. And we've got a 20-7 ball game pending the trickeration, or after the trickeration.
It's got to be tough to be a coach sometimes. And what I mean by that is I think it's the right move to kick the extra point there. But, like, you never know when it could be your last opportunity to score in a game. And that missed extra point earlier, eventually you're probably going to have to go for 2 if Milton does start to climb back into this game.
I want to wait till we're about 7 seconds away from Maverick Wright to kick this ball away. But I think that we're not done with the plays that you pull out from your sleeve, especially with us starting in plus territory right here. You know, you're going to be kicking the ball off from Milton's 45. Your defense has been playing well. Obviously, you don't want to give them any momentum, but you could snuff out any sort of momentum if you just so happen to end up with the ball after this particular kickoff.
You got to think Milton's ready for it. You got to think they're almost expecting it.
That's a good point in the way that they're set up across the front. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. Here comes Maverick Wright, and it is going to be an onside kick.
Oh, and Mosley's
going to get it.
I think a Dolphin got on top
close.
of it.
It's going to be close. It does look like Milton has it when we get up from the dog pile. It was very close, though. Was it? Hey, look.
Ooh, I like the idea.
They tried the trick play right there, the onside kick, and it didn't work out, but that's about as good as you could do it, and the ball did almost had enough Vaseline, enough grease on it to squeak through, but Milton will take over at the 34-yard line.
It's been an interesting night. Mosley with a chance to, this could be the second big upset in football tonight.
Two receivers up top. They're going to run to the near side of the field. Antonio Middleton staying on his feet. And then is still chugging forward. He is going to get to the 50-yard line. Still moving forward. Antonio Middleton with a beast of a run across the 50. And that was a great opening play of the possession.
That is big boy football right there. I mean, that is just dropping your shoulder, getting some help from your teammates, establishing a little bit of dominance right there.
They've been running primarily, if my memory is correct, to the left side of the field. Maybe they try a little bit more towards the right side of the Mosley front. Split backs again behind Caden Hall, two wide receivers at the top of your screen. Caden Hall's going to keep it this time, and he will be bottled up for a very short game.
That one did look like maybe it was a little bit of a broken play. I think that maybe was intended to go to the running back coming out of the backfield. Well, one of the two.
They did get it up there to the 45. It'll make it 2nd and 10. The previous first down was provided by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments.
Coach wouldn't tell.
Mosley territory, and we're going to get a Countryside Lawn Care water breaks. Make sure to go check out Countryside Lawn Care if your lawn is looking a little brown, a little down. Thank Lord we did get a little bit of much needed rain yesterday and today, but if you want your lawn care looking green and luscious year-round, Countryside Lawn Care is who you got to call. 850-896-4156. That's my buddy Matt Simmons with Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County.
Man, we needed that rain in a bad way.
We did.
It was enough to lift the burn ban finally.
Yeah, I saw that. Came through maybe, yesterday afternoon or so that they lifted, rescinded that. Might have been today.
Yeah.
That is good. I don't know if you've ever, been affected by having to evacuate for a fire or, if anything's ever been worse. But it is, I've had that happen about 3 or 4 years ago. The pipeline fire, I believe.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, they're going to hand it up the middle. Aiden Pratt is going to get to the end zone.
That's a big
right
run.
up the gut to the left side of the end zone. And they're into the end zone for a Beach House Sales and Development. And, Kyle, we approach the end of the third quarter. 5 minutes left to go, and we've got a good one on our hands. 20-13 pending the Panthers' extra point.
Yeah, it is. You kind of, when you look at the scores, when you look at the records, you kind of feel like this is going to be a heck of a game coming in. Maybe a little bit more low scoring than I think we were expecting. Both defenses have kind of been up to the task. That's the first real big chunk play by Milton, but it's a big one.
Snaps good, holds good, kick is up, and it is good. 4:52 remains in the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. The score, 20 Mosley, for Milton 14. This is Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby.
actually going to say that. Forget.
Special teams unit making their way back on the field here for the Milton Panthers after they just scored the Beach House Sales and Development touchdown. It is 20-14. You've got Will Arboleta and Talon Moore standing around their own 5-yard line here in the Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter.
KL Skaggs Heating and Air, Christian-owned company, great guy. Give them a call. No job, too big or small. Ooh, we get a little rhyme action there.
Way to pick up on that.
I'm in the booth with a rapper, man.
Onside kick attempt
that
here.
doesn't go 10 yards,
and it won't go 10 yards. That'll make it an illegal procedure. Mosley will have the opportunity, I believe, to either start from there or accept the penalty. I don't think you get to re-kick on an illegal procedure that involves an onside kick. So that's where the Dolphins will take over, right there where the ball was touched at the 48-yard line, already inside of the Panthers' territory. Your score is 20-14. And again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors who's been able to make this YouTube live broadcast possible. Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge, 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, and Whitehead Plumbing. Also, Dinos Key West. Is it Dinos or Dinos Key West? I don't know, but Dino's. Your Cuban was good. Your Cuban was firing. Also, Diego's, as Sammy Chisholm is firing up as well, but he's going to get tug-of-war backwards, and he will be dropped for a loss, or might get right there back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like some real estate was opening up, but it closed like the banks on a federal holiday.
Those back at home are probably going to look at that and think maybe close to a horse collar, but he did have the middle of that jersey, which is fair game.
Second down and 10, 4.5 left to play in the Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning third quarter. 3 wide receivers up there at the top of your screen. Running back to the right of J.P. Holzenbach. At the bottom of your screen is Henson Holden. And a flag flies. Mosley points at the defense. Sammy Chisholm is pointing at the defense. The offensive line is walking forward. Looks like it'll be encroachment.
Messing with the snap count.
All right.
Not a call you see a whole lot, as we got a little Anthony Sorelli off in the distance. Hopefully that doesn't come back to count.
Anthony Sorelli, the hockey player?
Yeah, Lightning. I'm just naming old Bolts players.
Oh. Second down. After the penalty on the defense, Rosemary and Thyme, Sonny's Barbecue, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, and Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming. Also the sponsor of our pregame show.
Was a receiving touchdown, by the way, for Randy Pittman, so the hat trick has been completed.
That is sick. Let's go. Fantasy points would be well. J.P. Holzenbach finds Fletcher Taylor on the outside to the 20, 10, 5 into the end zone. Beach House Sales and Development touchdown. Fletcher Taylor on the reception from J.P. Holzenbach. 3:13 left to play in the third, and Mosley lengthens their lead, 26-14, pending the extra point from the toe that is golden, Maverick Wright.
I can't believe they're not thinking about going for 2 here.
Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it's good, and we have a 27-14 ball game with 3:13 remaining. It is 27-14, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right. The scoreboard here says 28-14. 27-14 pending the extra point. 3:13 remains in the ball game. We've still got time and space for you here at Tommy Oliver Stadium in a close ball game to open up the district and to wrap up the homecoming night.
Florida State tied it with like 36 seconds to go.
3 touchdowns for former Dolphin Randy Pittman Jr. I almost called him Mosley Pittman Jr.
They do have 28-14 up on the scoreboard, but I do think that's inaccurate.
It was 20-14.
Should be 27-14.
Here comes the Mosley special teams unit led by the kicker, Maverick Wright. We haven't seen a two-point conversion from the Dolphins tonight. Normally when they get the ball first and score first, they will go for two. However, tonight they did not score on their opening possession. Maverick Wright's got the ball teed up in between the 40s. In between the hash marks on the 40-yard line. Not in between the 40s because that would technically be the 50. Maverick Wright's got it teed up, and he will kick it. Puts the golden toe into it, received at the 1-yard line. He looks for the seam of the field, and then after busting 2 tackles, he will be dropped at the 17-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will take over, down 13.
You got to take control of this game right here if you're Mosley. Put your foot on the throat. Make a big stop. Because what you want to do, you start to take control of this game. You take this thing into the fourth quarter with a 2-possession lead. Milton's they have to try to get away from that game plan to force the ball to the end zone. So Mosley here can make a huge statement and get off the field.
2 running backs, as has been all night. Back there with Caden Hall. Caden Hall's going to give it to Aiden Pratt, I believe. Aiden Pratt's going to be stood up, and he'll get a 1-yard gain. Actually, that was Antonio Middleton on the carry.
Don't let anything big happen. Keep it in front of you. Wrap your guy up. No big plays.
2nd and about 8 here. Two wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Caden Hall's going to keep the ball himself after faking the give on that option there. Caden Hall still moving forward. Gets a nice gain there, honestly, to make it 3rd and short just across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. What'd I say on the last 3rd down?
Big 3rd down. It's a big 3rd down.
Copy and paste. Cade Brown down there firing him up. Shout out to Cade.
Big 3rd down, as has been said on this broadcast, a time or 2. Underneath 2 minutes to play in the KL Skaggs heating and air conditioning 3rd quarter. Lynnhaven Rob helping us out with a lot of FSU updates along the way as well. And Caden Hall is going to go right up the middle. Actually, that is not Caden Hall on the give. Middleton's going to go right up the middle, and he'll have a big gain and pick up a Grand Slam Sports Tournament 1st down.
Oh, it's going to come back.
But a Bite Me Custom Treats flag flies on the play.
I couldn't even see the flag from where I'm sitting here. I need to move around a little bit.
That backs him up now, makes it about 3rd and 8 in the 3rd quarter. Down 13. The score is 27-14. Mosley Dolphins defense looking to get off the field here on a long 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Feels like we're playing college football 26.
But your defense has struggled to keep Mosley at bay. But it does look like they are going to go for it, Dave. Look, watch for that little Tim Tebow jump pass. We've seen it run a couple times.
Aiden Pratt in the backfield alongside Caden Hall. Caden Hall's going to work his way towards the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward after patiently trying to find the hole, and he'll get a Grand Slam Sports Tournament 1st down.
Florida State, Virginia going to overtime. Oh,
wait, it's going to overtime? The game's over? Well, not over, but like the 4th quarter has. Daggum, I was way off on time.
30-minute lightning delay.
And Caden Hall's going to throw it out there to the outside. We've seen this team throw the ball at least 8 to 10 times tonight, Kyle, which is not, I don't want to say normal, but that's not a part of the game plan or the statistics. And that is the end of the KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning 3rd quarter. We've got a 27-14 ball game. I'm David Hayes along with Kyle Wright. You're tuned into Mosley Football Live, and it's powered by PCB Hobby. rush up the middle of the field, close to a first down. Second and short coming up for the Milton Panthers. And when I say short, about as short as you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's very short. Oh, my goodness, what is happening here?
The line of scrimmage, the band will be playing after the game. Thank you, Garrison, for the update. The Sound of the Southland will be playing after the game here. Florida State, Virginia in overtime. We welcome all joiners or all viewers who are joining us at the conclusion of that game. From the 40-yard line, it is third and oh so short. They're going to run to the right side of the line, and the quarterback, Caden Hall, gets what he needed and was upended by Wesley Price there. He is
Reds won, Mets lost.
Reds won, Mets lost. There you go. Meaningful baseball for the Reds is like kids meeting Santa Claus for real on Christmas Day.
They can clinch a playoff spot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Chit.
First and 10 after the Grand Slam Sports Tournament's first down. The Panthers have the ball at their own 48-yard line underneath 11 minutes, and they trail by 13. Two wide receivers at the top of your screen. They're going to fake it, and they're going to throw it up top, out to the top of your screen, and spun down, taken down for a loss. The Dolphins get into the backfield after they were looking deep, the Panthers were, and then have to throw it on the screen out there to Antonio Middleton.
That was a dangerous pass, too.
Lots of hang time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Clock is winding down here.
I was like Shaun White at the X Games.
You don't have to necessarily have urgency if you're Milton, but you got to keep your eyes on the situation at hand.
They break the huddle. Per usual, two running backs in the backfield alongside the quarterback, Caden Hall, who has been very impressive tonight. They're going to give it to Antonio Middleton, who's been equally as impressive. He gets back to the Olas, the original line of scrimmage.
Jack, come on. Had a huge game last week, filling in some big shoes for Cole Archambault. Made a big time tackle right there, and this is a third down.
Would you say this is a big third down, Kyle?
I would say this is probably the biggest third down of the game so far.
The Sound of the Southland will be playing after the game right here on the YouTube channel, so we will get in and get out with our Reliant South Construction player of the game. Fourth quarter action. So, Kyle, I'm interested in the names that you have chosen over there. A little confusion in the backfield with Aiden Pratt and Antonio Middleton. They're going to run to the left here. Caden Hall's got a lot of space in front of him, and Wesley Price holds on for dear life, but he makes the tackle, and that was a big tackle. That was Wyatt Fleming, actually.
Ooh.
Well, that was Wyatt Fleming. Those are two big dudes. Wyatt Fleming's got a little bit more height than what Wesley Price does. Actually, you see him right there next to each other. He's turnover all downs with 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter.
If you're Mosley, you got to think about taking a shot.
I like that idea.
I'm telling you.
I want to run it, though. I want to run it. I want to run it on his feet near the 50, but a favorable gain on first down for the Dolphins offense.
I do believe the clock will keep running. Forward progress. He was shoved out, not forced out.
Fourth quarter action is sponsored by absolutely nobody. So David and Kyle, that's us. I'm David along with Kyle. That's Kyle. Say your name.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle. We do a little bit of podcasting as well. We've got our day jobs and we do this as well, but we have some content that we push out. I've got the Sports Republic, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that after this second down play.
Absolutely incredible episode of the Sports Republic this week, by the way.
Sammy Chisholm is drugged down by his jersey. I don't know if it's going to be a horse collar, because a horse collar, it doesn't matter. It's not jersey tackling is fine.
Right,
it's when you come inside the shoulder pads, that's where it becomes an issue. I didn't see anything nefarious there, but yeah, this
Really football at all right now. By the way, Carson Griffin not dressed out tonight, standing at about the 45-yard line.
I see.
You're right, though. I mean, I remember him kind of coming up banged up last week. You hope that that's not a long-term injury. Leave it at the table every Thursday night, 7 o'clock Central Time. I mean, we're live on YouTube, live on Facebook. It's myself and Drew Gorman, and we have a great time.
JP Olsen back, grabs the snap. They're going to give it to Sammy. Sammy Chisholm takes the give and has a Panther on his back attack him immediately. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 6 or 7. Also on the flip side of that, and I'm sure that this will be heavily discussed as we are in overtime tied at 38, FSU and Virginia. They go into commercial, second overtime here. But you're a big fan, a big ball, you know a lot about Florida State football, and it's called the Know-It-All. Tell people where they can find the Know-It-All and all that good stuff as Jamarcus Halstead works from the right to the left side of the field. We'll cover that after this play. J.P. Holson back alone in the backfield, and coach is like, no, let's talk about it now. Here's a timeout. That timeout provided by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center and Know-It-All. Tell the people about it.
Go check out the Know-It-All podcast anywhere that you get your podcasts, whether you listen on iHeart, whether you listen on TuneIn, whether you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Go check it out. I'm a Florida State fan, have been my whole life. I'm a little cocky and arrogant, but I like to think that I know. I feel like I'm a realist, Dave. I think at times it separates me from the rest of the fan bases that I root for. And a lot of, there are times where I'm wrong, but unfortunately I'm correct most of the time, especially with my teams. And I don't say things I don't believe, and I didn't see this Florida State team being as good as everyone said. And as you see, they're in double overtime with a team that that really shouldn't even be hanging with them, to be real with you.
All right, so there you go. J.P. Holzenbach's got Sammy Chisholm working from the right to the left. Trip set up over there. They look it off, and then Fletcher Taylor opens up in a screen. A little bit of a bobble, but he holds on to it. He'll get close to the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up an interesting 4th down.
That was a bumble. I don't know what a bumble is, but if I was going to find one, that was the one.
I was trying to say bobble, and my brain was like, no, I'm just not going to cooperate with you right now, bud.
I'm glad it wasn't the one that rhymes with bumble.
We don't want any of those. It also rhymes with jumble, and maybe Wheezy F would use it in a song every now and
If
again.
you're a Florida State fan, it rhymes with stumble.
There you go. 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen here. Down at the bottom is Jamarcus Halstead. We are waiting on the clock to trickle down, and we're going to get a timeout here. That timeout brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. David Hayes and Kyle Wright on the call. You've been listening to Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. We've got a Bite Me Custom Treats in the Florida State Virginia game.
We haven't had to shout them out in a while, so.
All right, here we go. Big 4th and about 5 for the Mosley offense. J.P. Holzenbach's got Sammy Chisholm to his left. Adam Land in motion from the right to the left. JP drops back 3 to 5 steps, finds Fletcher Taylor over the middle, in and out of the hands of Fletcher Taylor, and that'll fall incomplete, be a turnover on downs, brought to you by Mr. Eddie's. Flip the field for the Milton Panthers to take over.
Had a lot of space in front of him, and we're taking another timeout here.
This one will be brought to you by a combination of Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center and Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County. Thank you guys so much for making this broadcast possible. And into the end zone is the Virginia Cavaliers. They take a 44-38 lead in the second overtime, pending the extra point, and Florida State will have the opportunity.
Do you have to go for 2 in the second overtime now in college? I think this is for Florida State's first overtime rule or overtime game since they've changed it.
I think it is after. I know for sure it's after. No, after the second touchdown, you got to go for 2. After the third, or in the third overtime, it just becomes 2-point conversions.
It's just okay. That's what I thought. Okay, so here we go.
Well, you're going to get dual play-by-play here. Florida State and Virginia and Milton and Mosley.
I'm watching the one that I'm paid to watch right now.
From the 32-yard line, Milton takes over. Underneath 5 minutes to play in the final quarter of action, they trail by 14. Caden Hall claps his hands, grabs the snaps, going to throw it over Wyatt Fleming's head, and Christian Brown's going to make an attempt to strip the ball out, but will make a tackle. The clock will run, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Clock is running. Got to keep your eyes on that if you're Milton. Now is the time to get a little urgent. And if you're Mosley, you kind of, again, you got them kind of where you want them.
2nd and 2 from the 40-yard line. Caden Hall drops back, looking to the left side of the field on the post route. He was behind his receiver, and that will fall incomplete. He was looking for Ezra Jones, the senior there.
2-point conversion good by Virginia. That's probably going to be the ball game, folks.
46-38 in Virginia. Florida State will have an opportunity. Ooh, they'll have to look at that.
He's in for sure. Toe tap. Bing, bing.
Bing, bing. Here comes Milton. They're going to go straight up the gut. Aiden Pratt's going to find his way through to pick up a first down. That first down brought to you by Grand Slam Sports Tournaments. Approaching the 4-minute mark here to go in the fourth quarter. Number 34, Kingston Dawson.
But less than 4 minutes on the clock here. This Big Team's going to have to hustle.
Big Team gets off. Kingston Dawson in his spot. Split wide receivers to either side. They actually have one running back in the backfield alongside Caden Hall. Caden Hall looking towards the middle of the field. Is going to throw it high
that's a wobbler.
up.
Oh, that's interference.
Demetrius Gillis
Where's
gets
it
there
at?
a little early. The official tugged at the yellow, and he said, you know what, I'm just not feeling dessert right now, and didn't want to see a bite me custom treats penalty there.
That's I didn't think the one earlier should have been thrown, but Mosley definitely gets away with one right there. We'll leave it at that.
2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. The Panthers are in their own territory. 3:43 up here on the game clock. Play clock is winding down to underneath 10 seconds here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Homecoming night for the Dolphins, trying to preserve this 2-touchdown lead. Down the seam,
big play. Oh, no.
Caden Hall had his man making a sliding attempt on the catch. It falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 10. Kingston Dawson's coming off.
He had his guy. His guy goes to make the catch. Obviously, the ball's a little low, but
Keshawn Watson is going to come off, and he made a very speedy attempt off, and he'll get him a little countryside lawn care down on the sideline, a water break. Caden Hall is going to look immediately to the left on the out route. The reception is made. That was number 1, David Aboya, and he will be wrapped up, spun down at midfield to bring up 4th and 5. And a lot of time is coming off the clock in this drive. Listen, this is not a 7 or 6 point game. This is a 13-point game, 27-14. And they've had the ball for about 2.5 minutes here. They're at midfield, 4th and 5. Game somewhat on the line right here. Caden Hall is going to clap his hands. He's going to drop back. He dances around. He rolls to his right. He's looking over to the left, trying to guide traffic, and he will be dropped down in the backfield. And who other than Wyatt Fleming, who has had a big night tonight, his senior homecoming game, and Wesley Price and Wyatt Fleming meet with a chest bump at the 40-yard line, and then a few other Dolphins get in on the action. J.P. Holzenbeck comes out to congratulate the defense, and Mosley just looking for triple zeros here for Mosley football. As FSU scores, just pending the extra point here, is 46-44, 46-44, FSU.
They're going to review it, though.
Into the end zone.
The ball was in his chest, which is where you never really want to put a football if you're throwing it to a receiver.
Yeah, that would just be terrible.
Yeah.
And it takes him about 3 years to find the ball.
And he secures it right Got it there. One.
If he gets that other one in, it's in for sure. It looks like it will be. Oh,
ball's
it's so
still moving.
Close.
Okay.
JP Olsen back gives it to Sammy Chisholm.
Sammy.
Sammy Chisholm to the
Oh,
outside
Sammy.
to the 35. A man on his back. He stays up. He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Nice show of sportsmanship there. David Aboya showing some love to Sammy Chisholm.
141 remains here in the ball game. 27-13 is your score. Coach Tommy Joe Whidden is barking out orders to the offense. 25 seconds on the play clock. JP Holzenbach has Holden motion in, and it looks like we're going to hit victory formation here. And this will take us to what a winning coach always likes to see, a score that favors them, a scoreboard that favors them, and triple zeros on the clock.
In the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter. That's the first kneel, so by my calculations, should need 2 more. Well, we get a timeout from Milton.
Really?
That timeout brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin and Cancer Center. David Hayes and Kyle Wright on the call. Mosley Football Live, powered by PCB Hobby. All right, back to action here. I don't know how much action we're going to be having here. It's basically a chess game circling around the clock. 1:05 left to go here. And JP Olsenbach, the quarterback, will take another knee here. And Milton has another timeout in the reservoir.
Please set the game clock to
102. 102.
Playbook. Make it 4th and 12.
4th and 12. Down by 8. Norvell and the Knowles have a timeout.
This is pitiful, by the way. This is just absolutely pitiful.
The number 8 team in the nation trails 3-1 Virginia, 46-38. The Mosley Dolphins offense looks ready to kneel it down another time. 1:02 left in that ball game, overtime in the second game. And guess what? We might get a timeout by Mike Norvell and the Seminoles. 46-38 over there. The score here is 27-14, 49 seconds and counting on the game clock. It'll be 4th down right here. So there'll be about 16 seconds left on the scoreboard when we run out of play clock.
This is just abysmal for Florida State. I mean, honestly, this is just like, to be honest with you, this is typical.
Oh,
I mean, really, like I think I told you before the game on games that are conference games on any day but Saturday is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to control my emotion here. Florida State is 9-11 in the last 20 years.
The latest timeout brought to you by Dermatology Associates Skin.
Yeah.
Oh, and they'll take a knee, and that's going to do absolutely nothing but turn the ball.
They flipped him off.
Who flipped who off?
One of the Virginia fans shoved his middle fingers in Tommy's face.
So Virginia upsets Florida State 46-38. Mosley holding on here against Milton at Tommy Oliver Stadium is 27-14. Milton has the ball at their own 35-yard line with 16 seconds left in the game. The white hat gives us the signal to start play. Caden Hall alone in the backfield, diamond formation, but they're going to throw it up over here to the left side of the field. Demetrius Gillis in on the tackle.
That is going to keep the clock rolling. That may have been the last play. Well, if we have an injured Dolphin, they're going to.
Oh, and it does look like it's Demetrius Gillis who is hobbling up, and then they're going to throw it over there to the far side of the field, and he's on his horse. That is number 1. He'll be pushed out of bounds there And that will be the ball game. Your homecoming final. The Mosley Dolphins 27, the Milton Panthers 14. Mosley gets their first district win, 1-0 in district play, and they have a date with a bye week next week before a trip to Niceville for a Thursday evening game. This has been Mosley Football Live. Before we thank our sponsors, Reliance South Construction would like us to name a player of the game. Kyle, it's a tough one. Who would you name as the Reliance South Construction player of the game?
Dude, this is not easy, and I hate that I get this pressure put on me every week. I think because of the moments, the big passing play on the fake, and the big receiving touchdown, we got to go Big Fletch. 2 years in a row against Milton.
Fletcher Taylor, 2 years in a row, being named the Reliance South Construction Player of the Game. Again, next week we will be off. The following week we'll be playing on Thursday. First Thursday night game of the year, taking on Niceville in Niceville. Thank you again.
We know that place is going to be ruckus.
Ooh, yes, sir. Can't wait for it, and we will be calling that game from the roadside. We'll be hooking up power to the concession stand, so should be a lot of fun. Hey, this doesn't happen without Arbor Properties, Cox Pools Commercial, Jessica Ling Insurance, Panama City Moose Lodge 1389, Reliance South Construction, Steverson Air Conditioning, Whitehead Plumbing, Dermatology, Associate Skin and Cancer Center, Rosemary and Thyme, Sonny's Barbecue, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Waborski, Bradley, and Fleming. PCB Hobby is our title sponsor. I'm going to be there from 10 to 6 tomorrow. We sell fun, coins, comics, sports cards, TCGs, and we're also in store there, or you can check us out on eBay Live. Mr. Eddie's Barbershop, Beach House Sales and Development, Happy Birthday, Liam, Bite Me Custom Treats, Countryside Lawn Care of Bay County, GolfWithJ.com, Price and Sons Fencing, and KL Skaggs Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't forget about the Sports Republic, the Know It All podcast, and Leave It at the Table. Follow those podcasts wherever you get your stuff. Also, the Inside Drive with my guy Ryan Mulvey. That's another one, and the Braves Dugout. Plenty of podcasts right there to get you through your week. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Mosley Football Live, presented by Mosley Touchdown Club, powered by PCB Hobby. For Kyle Wright, I'm David Hayes. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Stay tuned here, because the sound of the Southland will be blaring through your speakers shortly.
sorry about the delay. We have our first competition tomorrow morning, so we're just going through everything. That's coming out like that. I'm just going to do announcements down here if that's okay. All right, so the next band of performance is 4A. Is A from Seven Bridges Road, Separate Ways at Ursula by Michael Jackson. Drum major for the band ready.